Hi, I'm Nikki Dreammaker. I'm a non-binary trans woman who is also a lesbian. My pronouns are fairy, fairy self. So love me, follow me. It'd be great to talk to you. And to all the transphobes out there, please don't talk to me. Because you guys are being very mean. Remember, trans rights are human rights.
This has got to be a troll, right? But I don't think it's fake, unfortunately, and that terrifies me. Trans activists are so entitled. They actually think that they all automatically deserve love, respect, and acceptance, even though they are full of hate, even though they spend all of their energy on hating other people for having the wrong opinions. And when we talk about dating, you hear a lot of trans activists complain about nobody wants to date them. Who would voluntarily get involved with a trans activist who is full of hate, full of anger, and who is, to some degree, a little bit scary for, like, the regular person? And you're not deeply involved in this debate, of course, because I'm not scared of them, but maybe a regular guy or a woman would be, like, a little bit freaked out. I'm just guessing it's a turnoff for most people when they hear some say, respect me, love me, or else. But I'm the bigot, so I'm wrong, of course.
TERF stands for Trans Exclusionary Radical Feminist and refers to transphobic feminists. TERFs don't consider trans women to be real women or trans men to be real men.
Something I think about a lot, but I don't talk about a lot, is like, I know exactly why TERFs think the things that they do and believe the things that they do. It's because they hate themselves.
Or you can listen to what they have to say. The beauty of being involved in a debate is that you don't need to guess what your opponents think, because they're pretty honest about it. You just have to listen. Isn't that cool?
They hate being women. They see being a woman and womanhood as inherently miserable and terrible and horrible and all those other words that just mean bad.
Women hate being women, therefore they hate when men claim to be women. What? If what you're saying is so true, why would these women you're talking about be mad that there are some men who claim to be women? So don't you think it's the opposite, that these women love, absolutely love being women and to some degree are proud of it, so they get offended when some men claim to be equally as much women as they are? I don't like the term TERF. I think it's an unnecessary term, like 90% of the new terms we hear nowadays. But if we have to acknowledge this term, what does the F in TERF actually mean? Spoiler alert, it means feminist. We're talking about feminist women. So are you really claiming that women who are feminists hate being women themselves? That doesn't make sense, does it? By your own logic.
They see womanhood as a bad thing. So when they see people relishing in their womanhood, enjoying being women, they get angry and upset because A, they're jealous, and B, in their eyes, being happy being a woman, or enjoying your womanhood, or being proud of your womanhood, is mocking them.
Oh, you're talking about the trans joy? So we have this new term called trans joy, and it's a term trans activists like to use in order to convince people that gender transitions make people happy, joyful. That is true. It will make a chronic gender dysphoric person happy, most likely, but not trans activists. They're still after the transition, miserable, angry, and hateful. Explain that to me. If a trans person is truly happy with their transition and is truly in a happier place, most people wouldn't have a problem with the transition itself. I'm speaking from personal experience. TERFs are not so much worried about what you do in your free time. They're angry about people like you who are trying to change the definition of what it means to be a woman in order to include men. If the majority of trans women we see in the mainstream media were truly happy about their transitions and lived a normal and happy life, TERFs wouldn't be angry about it. Maybe a few, but assholes will always exist. That's unavoidable. But that's not an excuse for the trans community to disrespect women.
Because in their eyes, they're miserable all the time. They're constantly unhappy. And you being happy as a woman means you're making fun of them.
They are unhappy and miserable. What you need to know about the video I just reacted to is that this is more or less the perfect example of gaslighting. It is gaslighting for a couple of reasons. The first one is, he's on purpose misinterpreting what TERFs are saying to him, making up his own theory about why they are mad at him. And the second thing is, he's accusing TERFs of being miserable. But who's really miserable? Who's really angry at women just trying to be women? And the third thing I want to say is, he is trying to make you believe that he's not doing anything wrong. It's all the women who are complaining who are wrong, and who are the stupid ones, hateful, and etc., etc. One of the goals of gaslighting is to get away with bad behavior by accusing your victim of something that you're doing yourself. And that's a tactic psychopaths and narcissists often use. So what does that say about the trans community? Trans women are better and more of a woman than TERFs. TERFs just lie and try to divide women. Trans women are women. When I think about it, this could also be a troll, but again, I'm afraid it's not. And again, this is gaslighting, because who's really dividing people? Most of these women that the trans community call TERFs would not have a problem with real trans women, because real trans women know their biology, their situation, and they want to respect women. It's kind of weird to transition from man to woman, but you don't respect women. So that's why I'm assuming that these activists are not really trans. That's one of many reasons. Speaking about not being delusional and acknowledging your own situation, biology, I want to end this by showing you a positive video.
Trans women aren't women. We are biologically men, otherwise we wouldn't be trans. If I was a woman, why would I ever transition? Why would I ever go on HRT, which is permanent? I can't reverse that shit, I can't. Why would I want to get surgeries, if I was really a woman? Clearly, when trans women and women, we're not the same. We are not the same. Trans women aren't women at all. We are biologically men. We just live as women because we have a mental disorder. That's what it is. It's nothing like, oh, we don't identify as women. We have a mental disorder. That's what it is.
Thank you. I don't know what your name is, but thank you so much for speaking up. Believe me when I say this, she's not the only one thinking like this. I'm not the only one thinking like this, actually able to acknowledge the science behind gender dysphoria and transsexualism. However, most transsexuals who are not activists don't want to put themselves out there on the internet, and all of you can guess why. They would receive a lot of hate, and not everyone wants to deal with that. I'm getting used to it because it's been 4 years and no hate comment can ever affect me because I know that they're full of caca. And if I'm being completely honest, the comments only motivate me to make more videos. Thank you for watching this video. If you want to see more content like this, remember to hit subscribe and the notification bell. If you want, you can support me with a small donation under Super Thanks. It helps me out so much. So thank you. You can become a member of this channel where I make exclusive content. So if you want to join us, there's a link down below. Follow me on social media and I'll see you all in my next video. Peace out.